Ever wish you had someone to tell you the truth about what it takes to run a successful business and live a fulfilling life? Well, amiguita, you've come to the right place. So grab your favorite cafecito or cocktail, your courage, and let's get to work. I'm Janessa Woodhis, a therapist, business strategist, mindset coach for entrepreneurs, and a feisty Latina from Miami. And I'm determined to teach you the exact tools you need to stop settling and start kicking some serious derriere. What do you say? Are you in? Then let's get started. Welcome to Latinas Empowering Latinas podcast. Today, I wanted to discuss when to raise your prices and how to do that, how to let people know. I have been working with a really motivated entrepreneur. Her practice has been going really well and she's getting really full. She's booked out weeks in advance. She doesn't necessarily have a waiting list because people are just booking out. So she's booked solid for like a good 2 months and she keeps getting phone calls all the time. That is usually when I tell my clients that that is the perfect time and the sign to raise your prices. Because if there's only one of you, right, which happens a lot in solopreneurship, if you're a service-based business, you are one-to-one. So whether you are a therapist or a hairstylist or a massage therapist or an esthetician, there is only so much you can do when there's one of you. You are going to get burned out. You are going to work really long days. You are in demand. And that is a fabulous place to be. Usually what happens when my clients are in the space, I'm like, what a great problem to have. But I've been in that place. And the reality is it doesn't feel that good when you feel like you can't keep up. You're not a machine. And suddenly the thing you love to do and the people you love to help aren't getting the best of you. And even at home, maybe, or you are missing out now on time with your family or time with your friends or doing the things that you love. And yes, you can be successful and have all the money in the world. But if anybody knows better than anybody else, money doesn't buy you happiness. And living where I live in Naples, Florida, where people's checking accounts are as big as most or bigger than anybody can imagine a savings account to be, and their homes are paid off and those are in the millions, I can let you know the people on my couch, they are not happy and they have all the money in the world. Going back to what do you do then is that is a sign that it is time to raise your prices. Now, this particular person I was coaching with, we had this conversation. She's very excited. She feels her worth. She agrees. And what this does is essentially you might lose some patients, right? Or clients. However, because you're increasing your rate and it doesn't have to be astronomical. It could be $5, $10, $25, whatever it is. It will naturally increase your revenue so you can work less hours. And by design, some people may not want to stay with you or they'll come in less frequently. So it creates bigger gaps in your schedule to now do what you love and you want to do. Having this conversation with this person, she's ready. We come up with a pricing structure. She talks to her significant other and then the therapist unleashes and this other side. What happens is she's very excited. She tells her partner, hi, I've decided to increase my rates. I'm really busy. My book is full. I spoke to Janessa. We're raising my prices. I feel really good about it. I already talked to the web designer. We're starting to do it. I have Janessa's template. We already drafted it to be personalized for me. It was super easy. And the response from the partner, what do you think it was? What would you say? What I think would be ideal is, babe, I'm so proud of you. I can't believe you've come this far. You are amazing. You are phenomenal. You deserve this. I can't imagine a system where you would get a raise right when you ask for it because that's what happens by design. And the response of the partner wasn't that. It wasn't, I get to spend more time with you or I'm so proud of you. The reaction from the partner was, how can you do this without talking to me? You are going to drive your business into the ground. You already charge more than anybody. You are going to price yourself out of the market. You are going to destroy our family. You are going to destroy our welfare. You're going to destroy everything that you've built. I already feel embarrassed by the prices that you charge. Jaw drop. Of course, my client comes to me all distressed, pauses everything, takes everything down, tells the designer to revert the website, changes the language, never sends out those emails to the clients. I mean, we had completely strategized a buffer, a time, how to honor the current patients and make them feel good. The language in my program and my script that I've designed tells you exactly why you're raising it in a very loving way, what the bonuses are to the clients, how it provides better quality of care, how it ensures quality of care, all the perks of raising the rate and how it's going to benefit the client. It was beautifully orchestrated. It even offered the patients an option to purchase a bulk of hours, which actually gave my client extra money all in one shot, just in time for some big projects she wanted to invest in her business because she was growing so much. Guess what happens? She comes back to me and she says, I have to stop it all. It's not worth fighting for. My partner's very upset with me. My partner told me that they are embarrassed by the rates that I charge. So I have to, even though it's a coaching client and I'm like in this place where what would I do? Therapist hat kind of comes into, while my instinct is to ramble off all the reasons to be extra supportive of this person, which I did. I also stopped for a second and I said, you know, this isn't about you, right? This is about your partner. These are your partner's insecurities. This is your partner's limiting mindset. This is your partner not knowing about entrepreneurship. This is your partner's fear. Let's talk about your partner's background. Where did they come from? Did they live without? And as we spoke more and more, yes, there is a sense of scarcity. There is a sense of money fear. There is a money mindset issue that needs to be resolved. But my client can't therapize her partner and also do good work. At the end of the day, when it comes to your business, not everybody in your life is going to understand what or why you're doing what you're doing. You have to find a way to stop asking permission from people. You need to internally harness the energy and the creativity and the love that you have for yourself and your business and surround yourself by supportive people, supportive friends, other entrepreneurs, your coach. You have to surround yourself because 8 times out of 10, the people around you, especially if they are not entrepreneurs, are going to be scared, are going to be frightened, are going to think you're crazy, think it's going to be a bad time. And those are not the people that you should be checking in with. Here's what happens. You need to tap into yourself. We had a come to Jesus moment in our coaching session. We had this conversation. The client kind of waited a little bit before doing anything and then ultimately decided when she was ready that she was going to go ahead. Part 2 of the story is that once we did the numbers, my client who was scared that she wasn't going to be able to keep the clients she was working with because part of the increase was also pulling out of insurance, we did the numbers. We came up with her pricing. At the end of the day, we said, worst case scenario, she had 20 clients, part-time, private practice. Worst case scenario, based on the rate we had come up with for her, if 7 of the people stayed with her, 7 out of 20, at her new increased rate without insurance, she would break even. Do you want to know how many people ended up staying with her out of the 20 that she was counting on 7? 14 clients, double of what she expected. All of them were more than happy to stay. The other ones lowered their session frequency. They, instead of seeing her maybe weekly, they went down to every other week. If they were seeing her twice a month, they were seeing her every 3 weeks. They didn't leave. They were more than happy to stay because they knew the value she brought. My question to you is, do you know the value that you bring to your customers? Are you ready to grow? Are you ready to scale? Are you ready to say yes to yourself? When you have a chance, I want you to take inventory of when was the last time you increased your prices? How full are you? How backed up are you? Do you have a waiting list? Are you working more hours than you want to work? And then I want you to think of, if all the answers to that is yes, at what cost are you going to continue to do what you're doing? It is not about more money. It is not about more clients. It is about quality. It is about service. It is about honoring yourself, because you deserve to live a happy life, the life that you created by design for your business. You deserve to enjoy that life. And if you're up and working at 7 until 9 p.m., and then you wake up and you do it all over again, or you're working weekends, or you're working a full-time job and your practice, do the math, because it is time to raise your rates. It's been a really long time since I jumped in here and was on my soapbox. And I wanted to say, take assessment of the people around you, take assessment of the work that you're doing. And if you're ready, take the leap, whether it's starting or growing or scaling. Thank you so much for joining me today. For some of these tips and access to the templates that I'm talking about, go to JanessaBorges.com for a copy of this episode's notes and to get access to everything I talked about today. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited you tuned in. The best way to find out the second a new episode is released and receive all the valuable tools and actionable steps I share is to subscribe to the podcast, so make sure you do that. Sending you so much love until next time. Bye.